everybody, we're back. My first guest tonight is a rapper and an actor who you know from the Friday films and Boys in the Hood. His latest movie, Barbershop, opens on September 13th. Please welcome Ice Cube. So you came out here, you're smiling, you're in a good mood, but if you had had the sneer, I'd have died. You can look very, very intimidating when you want to.
Yeah, you know, when I want to.
When you want to.
Yeah, you know.
Can you just put on the sneer? Can you just give... Right, that's it. You look seriously unhappy and mean when you... See, I can't do that. When I try and look mean, it's like kind of cartoon. It's like, ooh, I'll get you, you know?
No, I saw you backstage, man. I saw you back. You got a pretty good mean. Check, well, I don't know.
I'm like, I'll get you guys. And it's not good. I'm like a pirate or something. I'm like a cartoon character. Now, let's talk about... first, do you ever use the sneer on your kids to discipline them?
Oh, they don't care about my snare. You know, my kids don't care no more. You know, I'm sitting there, and they're just like, whatever, you know, just go. Pops, we done seen that on 1,000 movies. We done seen that on every record cover.
Right.
That ain't gonna work with us. You know what I'm saying? So they still do their own thing, you know.
Right, right. So then you have to throw stuff at them. You have to try something else.
Got to kill them with kindness, you know.
Oh. Well, that's a nice way to look at it.
Yeah.
Now, people don't call you... You got mean all of a sudden again.
You know.
Whenever you look over my way, you start to get mad again.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Okay.
You all right.
You're not Ice Cube. People call you Cube. Is that right?
Yeah. Most people call me Cube. You know, calling me Ice Cube is like calling somebody by their first and last name. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cube is good enough.
There's a guy in the audience tonight who I met before the show.
Yeah.
And his name, and this is... But listen to this, and I was talking to the audience beforehand, and we give out a lot of radios and stuff, and then I'm talking to this guy, and I asked him his name, and he said his name is the same name as mine, but he calls it Conan. It's this guy right here. His name is Conan. Now, let me just ask you quickly, don't you think it's pronounced C-O-N-A-N? That's Conan, right? Or is it Conan?
It's Conan.
Yeah, right. Thank you. No one calls you Cuba, or Cubby. It's Cube, right?
It's Cube.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah,
change your name, my friend. Change your name.
You gotta change your name.
You've got a cool name. A lot of rappers, they get themselves a cool name. If I was, say, in the rap world, and just... I know it's a bit of a stretch.
Okay.
I wouldn't be Conan O'Brien in the rap world, would I? Is there some name I could have? Is there some kind of cool street name I could...
Well, you know, if we first saw you,
right,
we'd probably call you Narco Conan. Because you look like a narc.
I look like a narc.
But...
So if I was walking around your neighborhood in this suit, like, hiya, fellas, what's going on?
Yeah, you'd be Narco Conan.
I'd be Narco Conan, all right.
But after we get a chance to know you, we know how cool you are, we change it to Big Red. Big Red.
It's funny you say that, because that was my porno name. Now, let's talk about this tour you did. You did this tour, the Up in Smoke tour.
Yeah, a while ago.
A while ago. You did an Up in Smoke tour, and you get stage props that sort of, you know, evoke what the name of the tour. When you did the Up in Smoke tour, I heard you had just some wild stuff going on.
Yeah,
like,
I had a big, you know, my name Ice Cube, so I had a big ice set, you know, it kind of looked like a big, you know, giant ice cube stacked to the ceiling. And how did you enter in the ice cube? I heard that you, like, you were encased in ice? Yeah, I mean, what's a prop? I wasn't truly encased.
Yeah, that would kind of be bad for the show if it's like, there's Cube, we gotta wait a few hours till he thaws, and then the show can start.
Well, you know, I come down, and it hits the stage, it's a cylinder.
Right.
Starts to smoke up, you know, and after the smoke clear, I'm thawed out, and I'm there, standing there, crowd going crazy. We made it snow, you know, things like that, you know.
Real snow?
Nah, it wasn't real.
I'm like a kid, real snow? What was it?
Real snow, dude. Real snow.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, it's actually like a soap you know, that it look, you know, if you put soap up there, drop it down, whole bunch of it, it'll look like snow.
Not whole bars of soap. You know, people are like, oh man. When you get shredded up, it looks like
just
snow.
The bubbles from, you know, dishwashing liquid type of soap.
Did that get, like, what if you're performing and that gets in your eyes, or?
Well, you know, it happened one time. One time I was on stage, you know, trying to be cool, look hard, about to do, you know, my most hardcore song I got. I'm talking to the audience. Everybody's listening, about 15,000 people. And a big, like, glop of soap lands on me, so I'm sitting there, you know, like the little rascals when they put too much washing powder in the washing machine. I'm sitting there covered in soap, looking like a damn idiot.
Like bubbles are coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, trying to be hard, you know. So I was, you know.
How'd the audience respond to that?
Oh, they laughed. You know, the whole first 4 rows laughed at me. You know, I had to fire the snow guy, you know.
Yeah. So take a snow day, just go. Now, there are a lot of, I get confused, I think a lot of us get confused sometimes because these trends come along, and especially in the hip-hop world, they can seem sometimes sort of arbitrary, like, where are they coming up with this? Like a couple of years ago, it was the backwards pants. Like people, there's crisscross wearing pants backwards. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, like, you know, does that make it cool? Or there's some trends that come along where even you're like, okay, that doesn't work. That's just, someone just starts to wear a bucket on his head. And you're like, nah, that's not it.
I mean, everybody in here should be familiar with Gumby. Remember Gumby?
Right, the Gumby character,
Gumby, everybody know Gumby, little green Gumby.
Right.
Well, you know, rappers at one time used to cut their hair like the little Gumby thing. You know, I thought that was totally whack. You know, I was against it. I'm picking in all the barbershops not to do the Gumby fade, you know. It's kind of, wait, no. No, that ain't, no. Way cooler than the Gumby.
Don't mess with it, it's alive.
Way cooler than the Gumby.
Right, thank you. Yeah, no, there's some trends like that. I remember there were shower caps for, there's all kinds of different stuff. And you're like, one guy has to make that up. One guy has to get out of the shower wearing a shower cap and go, oh, I'm sticking with this. And I'm going to get everyone to come along with it.
If you're bold enough to do it, you know, sometimes people follow, you know.
All right, well, this is, you got this new movie coming out, Barbershop.
Yeah.
Tell us about this movie.
Barbershop, you know, funny thing about a barbershop, especially a black barbershop, is it's things that you can say in the barbershop that you can't say in your living room, you can't say at school or nowhere else. Definitely not church. You can't say this kind of stuff in church. So it's kind of like being a fly on the wall of, you know, what goes on in this barbershop. It's a hilarious comedy ensemble piece. You know, it's me, Cedric the Entertainer, Eve, she's another rapper, and it's just off the hook and funny.
We have a clip here. Do we need to know anything for this clip?
Oh, this is a clip where they're discussing, you know, who has the best barbecue, you know, black people or a place like Tony Roma's.
Let's take a look at this clip from Barbershop.
You will never own a black barbershop. I will if I want to.
If Tony Roma can make ribs better than black people, Isaac can own a black barbershop.
Wait a minute. Ribs better than black people?
Well, you want some good ribs, you should go C&K on 75th now. They
Tony
rib
Roma
tender.
boils his ribs. That is not authentic.
No, no.
Tony Roma's is delicious. You know, I don't see white or black. I just see red sauce on everything.
You knew here.
The movie's Barbershop, and that opens on September 13th. It's great every time you come by. Thanks a lot for being here, Cube.